Hey folks, today we're diving into a full comparison between Apple's new iPad mini 7 and the iPad Air with M2 chip. I still think the Air gives you the best bang for your buck, but the iPad mini 7 is just a fun little device. Maybe it's more your speed. So let's start with the design and display. Both the iPad mini 7 and iPad Air M2 come with kind of a mediocre screen. Not the best screens available, but I think they're just fine for the price. The mini 7 has the 8.3-inch liquid retina display with True Tone technology, 500 nits of brightness, and Apple has reduced that jelly scrolling, but I can still kind of notice it. And there is a slight blur from the 60 Hz screen, which is kind of noticeable to me coming from the 120 Hz screen of the iPhone Pro Max. But the mini strength is really its size and weight, coming in at just 293 grams. If you want a fairly powerful tablet that you can carry anywhere, the Mini 7 could be your go-to option. The iPad M2 sports a larger 11-inch liquid retina display, perfect for users who need more screen real estate for multitasking, creative work, and gaming. This extra screen space lets you easily split the screen for productivity tasks or use it with a larger on-screen keyboard, and that really gives the Air a huge advantage. There's no keyboard folio for the Mini. The Air's display also features that True Tone and 500 nits brightness. It's very similar sharpness and color accuracy to the Mini. So next up is performance, and this is where we see huge differences. The iPad mini 7 is powered by Apple's A17 Pro chip, the same chip found on the latest iPhone 16 Pro models. The 6-core CPU and 5-core GPU setup is impressive. It's impressive over the previous iPad mini, but there is really no question at all that the M2 chip will blow this A17 cell phone chip out of the water. The M2 chip comes with the 8-core CPU and 10-core GPU, making it 50% faster than the A17 in raw power. This extra power also allows for the advanced features like hardware-accelerated ProRes video editing, making it a better choice for content creators who want to make videos and do photo editing on these. So moving on to storage and pricing, both devices offer a few options. The iPad mini 7 starts with a base model of 128 gigabytes of storage, which is a nice increase from the previous 64 gigs, but it maxes out at 512 gigabytes. But if you're using the USB-C and hook up an SSD hard drive, and now you've got as much storage as you could ever possibly need. The starting price of the mini 7 is $500, which places it kind of in the mid-range for tablets with high portability like this. The iPad Air M2 also starts at 128 gigabytes of storage, but can go up to 1 terabyte for users who need lots of storage. So lots of photos, lots of things, tons of applications you can have on this. The base model starts at $599, but I just saw that the iPad Air M2 is $100 off at Amazon right now, making it the same price as the Mini. So I think the answer is quite clear. If you want the most bang for your buck, the most for your money, iPad Air, definitely the winner. Both the iPad mini 7 and the iPad Air M2 support the latest in Wi-Fi technology and Bluetooth, as well as the Apple Pencil Pro support. This might be a great reason to upgrade to the Mini alone, just for that Apple Pencil Pro. If you're an artist and you need a little doodle sketchbook that you can always have on you, I think the iPad Mini would be great for an artist on the go. One noticeable upgrade for the Mini 7 is its USB-C 3.1 Gen 2 port, which allows for super fast transfer speeds up to 10 gigabytes per second. So if you're hooking up an SSD like I mentioned, this thing is going to fly when it comes to file transfers. Compatibility though is kind of where the iPad Air M2 gains a clear edge, and that's because only the iPad Air M2 supports the Magic Keyboard, giving it full typing and trackpad experience if you want that, and it basically transforms this into a small laptop alternative. So I think for users focused on productivity, the Air M2's accessories could make all the difference. Both the iPad mini 7 and the iPad Air M2 offer an estimated battery life of about 10 hours for web browsing or video playback on Wi-Fi, which is typical for Apple's tablets, and Apple hasn't really disclosed any specific battery improvements for the Mini 7, but its A17 chip is more efficient, meaning it may handle heavier tasks with less power drain than its predecessor. Both devices should provide similar battery performance during everyday tasks. So are you ready for AI in your iPad? Because Apple Intelligence features are key elements of Apple's latest devices with iPadOS 17, and both the iPad Mini 7 and iPad Air M2 support these new features. So Apple Intelligence is only available on devices with at least 8 gigabytes of RAM. So the Mini 7 and the Air M2, both of these just made the cut. So if you haven't checked out Apple Intelligence yet, it can help you with your writings, providing proofreading, formatting, and rewriting your email completely to give it a professional tone or a funny tone. There are some fun little tricks that can help out with ChatGPT now being integrated into Siri. Siri does work a lot better and is a lot more useful. So which iPad is the best fit for you? Personally, I would choose the iPad Air M2 still. But this was a tough decision. The iPad Mini 7 definitely made me remember how much I like this little small form factor. And the speed and the power of this Mini has definitely kept up with the times. I do wish they dropped an M chip in here, or maybe give another variant for an iPad Mini Pro. That's just not what this thing is all about. The iPad Mini is just a fun little iPad that you can have on you at all times. But if you need something a little easier on the eyes and with enough power to last you for years, the iPad Air M2 is clearly a better choice. With the faster M2 chip, better accessory support, and larger storage options, it's an ideal device for students, creatives, and also just casual users. Now you can get it at the same price as the brand new released Mini 7. It's definitely a tough choice, but either way, you're going to be confident that you're getting a powerful iPad nowadays that will be a lot of fun to use, and check out Apple Intelligence with it. They've really refined these now to be just super portable, super easy to use, and super reliable. So I'm definitely digging both of these iPads, and it's really up to you, I think, what kind of form factor you want. Do you want something small you can carry around all over the place, or you want something with power, bigger screen, and something that's probably going to last you a little longer? Let me know which iPad you're leaning for in the comments. I love hearing from you guys and hearing what you are all thinking out there. Hit that like and subscribe button down below. I would love to keep in touch with you and see you at the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.